Hello there folks, my name is Spoonks and I saw Cocaine Bear and it was pretty good. From the very minute I watched the trailer, I was sold, I was hyped up. This movie looked so ridiculously stupid and entertaining and I could not wait to see this movie. And while I can say that it didn't live up to my expectations quite a bit, I still had a really good time with it. This was still a very fun time at the movies and I enjoyed myself quite a bit. Obviously, when discussing a film called Cocaine Bear, the best thing about it is going to be the bear herself, and my god, is she ruthless, vicious, and brutal, hilarious, and even at times adorable. The film definitely delivers on that aspect. It is when the film is the most fun, hilarious, entertaining, vicious, scary even at times, and violent. And as someone who wanted to see the movie for just that reason alone, I was definitely satisfied by that. Speaking of the violence, dear God, the trailer basically shows you nothing when it comes to how violent and brutal the kills are in this movie. It's way more gorier, bloodier, vicious, and brutal than the trailer lets on. Because the trailer, while it may hint at some of the kills, it cuts away from it. The film shows you everything, and I mean everything. There are decapitated heads, bodies moving in all the wrong ways, and guts falling out of people's stomachs. It is really graphic, really violent, and creative, and adds to the insanity this film brings. This movie can also be pretty funny at times. Not as funny as I was hoping for, we'll get to that later in the video, but I still laughed a handful of times, and I was chuckling here and there, and there were even a couple moments where I did laugh out loud, again mostly due to the stuff involving the bear. But yeah, overall I found this movie to be funny enough. I even liked some of the human characters in here, not all of them, again later on in the video we'll discuss that aspect, but for the most part I really liked a lot of the characters in here and I think the actors did a good job. I liked Alden Ehrenreich and O'Shea Jackson Jr. I thought their chemistry was really good and their dynamic was pretty interesting. They had some of the funniest lines in the movie and I liked their whole banter between one another. I liked the kids a lot in the movie, specifically Henry. He was pretty funny. Seeing Ray Liotta for one of his last roles before he tragically passed away last year, rest in peace, was wonderful, and he nailed the role as well. I also loved esteemed character actress Margot Martindale. She was really funny and had even more of the craziest, funniest lines. I think she had the most interactions with the bear, and I think that's what helped. She really nailed the role, and a lot of these other characters I found to be really funny and likable. And the last positive thing I can say about this movie is that it moves by very quickly. After a rough start, the movie kicks up into high gear. It moves very fast. I never really felt the short 95-minute runtime, really. It went by smoothly. You're in, you're out. And I thought that really helped with the film quite a bit. It never felt longer than it really was. To me, it never dragged on per se, and it just felt like the right runtime. And once again, it moved by very quickly, and I was very satisfied with that. But unfortunately, everyone, I do have several issues with the film. First off, I do think it takes a while for things to get going. The first act is pretty slow, and I get what they were going for. You needed to set up the characters and reveal their backstories, what they really are, and let us get a taste of who could be this bear's next victim. But I felt like they could have shortened it out, maybe make things a bit quicker, smoother, so we could get to the point better, really. I also felt that there were way too many characters and plot lines going throughout the film. I get what they were going for, you know, having all these characters all be connected to this one bear high on cocaine, but it was just way too many of them, and some of them I really didn't care for. There were these teenagers that didn't really do much, really, and there was a cop who was played by Isaiah Whitlock Jr. I liked his performance, but I felt like his character wasn't that necessary to the film. And honestly, with how many characters there are and how much time they get, it honestly kind of stole some of the attention from the bear. And while it's not as bad as something like, you know, Tom and Jerry, we're like, okay, why are they even in this movie? Because the bear is still there and her presence is still there. But I did feel like we could have used a bit more of the bear and less of the humans. And lastly, I thought this movie would be a bit funnier. Now, don't get me wrong, I did laugh a good chunk of times. There were even moments where I laughed out loud, and again, any scene with the bear doing ridiculousness is absolutely amazing. But yeah, some of the comedy just didn't work for me. Some of these jokes were just not funny, and they were really poorly timed or awkward, and that was really surprising to me. Again, it's not like hit or miss, and there were certainly more hits than misses, but yeah, I was expecting this movie to be a bit funnier. But with all that said, I still had a really good time with Cocaine Bear. It surely has its flaws, and it's certainly not a masterpiece. But thanks to the ridiculousness of the bear doing cocaine, some likable characters, and even some funny jokes, and its brisk pace, I still had a really good time. I don't think it's a must watch. I don't think you need to see this immediately, but if you are like me, you thought the trailer was great, you think this concept is amazing as much as I do, I'd say go check it out. It's a good time. See it with a crowd. The audience I saw it with was digging the hell out of this movie. See it with a couple buddies even, just see it with a lot of people. This is definitely something that I think you will get the most out. It'll be a fun night at the movies, just something simple and stupid as is. This isn't a masterpiece, but then again, it really didn't need to be. It's a bear high on cocaine, and that's all I really needed. And those were my thoughts on Cocaine Bear. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.
I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco. I got it for the Lolo. I'm in love with the coco. I'm in love with the coco.